هم للطريق مشاعل الأنوار، هم للنسيم عبيره الفوار، هم قادة رفعوا التميز راية، هم في العزيمة همة الأنصار. هم للطريق مشاعل الأنوار، هم للنسيم عبيره الفوار، هم قادة رفعوا التميز راية، هم في العزيمة همة الأنصار. لبناء جيل رائد بسلاحه علما وروحا للتقدم جاري، لبناء جيل رائد بسلاحه علما وروحا للتقدم جاري، وبمنهج شرب الأصالة منهما ذاك الكتاب وسنة المختار، ذاك الكتاب وسنة المختار. هم للطريق مشاعل الأنوار، هم للنسيم عبيره الفوار، هم قادة رفعوا التميز راية، هم في العزيمة همة الأنصار. هم للطريق مشاعل الأنوار، هم للنسيم عبيره الفوار، هم قادة رفعوا التميز راية، هم في العزيمة همة الأنصار. ولهم بأخلاق الكرام مآثر يروونها بتواتر الأخبار، ولهم بأخلاق الكرام مآثر يروونها بتواتر الأخبار. ناد له من كل حقل سهرة بحر العلوم وأنهر الأفكار.
Welcome back. Now we are going to explain lesson 3. As we know, lesson 3, generally speaking, in any unit in third year secondary is talking about grammar. Grammar here is talking about the past continuous tense. The past continuous tense. And while explaining the past continuous tense, we are going to talk about how to make a complex sentence using the conjunction word when. The conjunction word when. Now, I am going to present this lesson on PowerPoint, as you see, Unit 3, Lesson 3, Grammar. The past continuous tense. Look at this. As we see, this is what we call the timeline. The timeline, this part refers to the past continuous period, the past continuous. This part refers to the present time, or what we call now. But this part refers to the future. The past continuous tense that is assembled in this part, as we see, it is formed by the subject, هو الفاعل. If the subject is singular, we have to add the verb to be in the past was, and if it is plural, we are to write where. Was مع المفرد, where مع الجمع. The subject here may be a noun, any noun, or a subject pronoun, such as the pronoun I, he, she, and it, that take the word, or those pronouns that take the verb to be was. But the plural subjects, such as they, we, and you, take the verb to be in the past, which is where. After was and where, we are going to make the gerund, which is formed from the root of the verb, or the main verb, plus ing. That's to say, let me set an example. Number 1, he was sleeping at 9 o'clock. He was sleeping at 9 o'clock. He is the subject. Was is the helping verb in the past of the verb to be. Sleeping is a gerund, which is formed by adding ing to the root of the verb, which is sleep. At 9 o'clock, this is a complement. Another example, they were watching television. They were watching television. They is the subject, were is the helping verb, watching is the gerund, which is formed by adding ing to the root of the verb or the infinitive, which is watch. Television is the object or the complement, as you see. As you see in these two examples, we wrote was because we have the subject pronoun he, and we wrote were because we have the subject pronoun they. This is how to form the past continuous tense. The past continuous tense. After that, we are going to talk about the conjunction word when. The conjunction word when. What's when? In Arabic it means عندما. In Arabic it means عندما. This word is used to make two simple sentences into one complex sentence. We have two sentences here. The first sentence, which is he was watching TV. He was watching TV. This is what we call the main clause. Main clause. The second part, which is when his father entered. When his father entered. This is what we call the time clause. So we have two clauses, the main clause and the time clause. The main clause, it is the clause which has no conjunction word, but the time clause is the clause that begin with the conjunction word when. He was watching TV. This is what we call the main clause. Main clause. This refers to the past continuous tense or the past continuous. This means it refers to a period of time in the past or an event that continued in the past for a period of time. It was continuous in the past and it was interrupted by another action. This action or this event, we have to put it in the simple past. So the second sentence should be in the past simple, that is his father entered. So the continuity of the process of watching TV was interrupted by the entering of his father. We can join between these two clauses using the word when. So we can say he was watching TV when his father entered. So he was watching TV when his father entered. That's to say, the past continuous tense is formed like this. The boy was playing tennis at 9 o'clock. As we said, the subject, the verb, which is formed from two parts, the helping verb or the verb to be in the past, plus the gerund, which is formed by adding ing to the main verb play, and the object, after the object, the complement of the sentence. I was flying to Dubai when I met a friend from Dhahran. As we see, this sentence was quoted from the conversation that we listened to at the very beginning of the unit. I was flying to Dubai. This is what we call the main clause. When I met a friend from Dhahran, this is what we call the time clause. After that, we can make like before. This is the timeline that refers to the past continuous tense. So the past continuous tense here is presented by I was flying to Dubai. And this continuity of this event was interrupted or was cut by an event in the past, that is, I met a friend. So we can, this part refers to the present time, but here we are talking about the past events. One of them was continuous, and one of them was finished in the past. We can make a sentence like this. They were watching TV when the phone rang. They were watching TV when the phone rang. This is another sentence like this. We started with the past continuous tense and joined with when and the past simple tense. Were watching in the past continuous, rang is the past of the verb ring. Rang is the past of the verb ring. بمعنى أنهم كانوا يشاهدون التلفاز عندما رن جرس التليفون أو الهاتف. That's to say, this part refers to the past continuous tense. We have after that the conjunction word when and the past simple tense. Now, if you open your books page, page 33, let's read. Look at these situations and then answer the questions about each one. So these are some situations. We are to read each situation and form a sentence using the conjunction word when to make a complex sentence using the past continuous and the past simple. Your answer must contain was or where. Excuse me. Your answer must contain was or where plus the root of the verb plus ing or the infinitive plus ing. The first one is done for you as an example. Number one, you watched a TV program last night. You watched a TV program last night. In the middle of it, it refers to the process of watching the TV program or the program itself. In the middle of it, the phone rang. What were you doing when the phone rang? What were you doing when the phone rang? In this question, he is giving me the time clause. I am going to use the time clause and add to it a main clause to form a complex sentence using the conjunction word when. So we can say, I was watching a TV program as a short answer. But we can make it a complex sentence using this part, adding it to the very end of the first sentence. So we can say, I was watching a TV program when the phone rang. I was watching a TV program when the phone rang. This is the given example. Now we are going to move to sentence or situation number 2. Number 2, let's read. Muhammad waited at the bus stop this morning. Muhammad waited at the bus stop this morning. After 5 minutes, Ahmed joined him. After 5 minutes, Ahmed joined him. بمعنى in Arabic, محمد كان ينتظر عند محطة الأتوبيس هذا الصباح. بعد 5 دقائق من انتظاره، أحمد انضم إليه أو التحق به. What was Muhammad doing when Ahmed joined him? What was Muhammad doing when Ahmed joined him? So we can use this part to form a complex sentence using the conjunction word when, as we saw before. So we can say, he was waiting at the bus stop. He refers to Muhammad, was waiting at the bus stop this morning when Ahmed joined him. When Ahmed joined him. Let's move to situation number 3. Faisal began to eat his salad. Faisal began to eat his salad. Then he found an insect in it. Then he found an insect in it. He threw the salad away. What was he doing when he found an insect? What was he doing when he found an insect? Let's see the answer. The answer is, he was eating his salad, or he was eating salad. Let's move to number 4. Ali was writing his books. His friend stopped him. Ali was writing his books. His friend stopped him. What was Ali doing when his friend stopped him? The answer is, he was writing his books. He was writing his books. Now, let's move to situation number 5. Samira opened her workbook and began to do her homework. Samira opened her workbook and began to do her homework. Then the bulb in her reading lamp broke. What was she doing when the bulb broke. What was she doing when the bulb broke? The answer is she was doing her homework. She was doing her homework. After that, we are going to move to the second part of the lesson, questions that expect the answer no. That's to say what we call tag questions. Tag questions. As we see, the first part or the sentence, if it is negative, the tag question will be positive, the answer will be negative. Just to say, in other words, negative, positive, negative. Let me give you an example. She doesn't or does not like tea. Does she? She doesn't or does not like tea. Does she? Does not here, this is the negative sentence. Refer to the negative sentence. After the sentence, we have to add what we call comma to separate between the sentence and its tag question. The tag question, as we see, should be positive. It is to take out the word not and write does here and put the subject pronoun after the helping verb does. So the positive or the tag question will be does she. The answer will be like this: no, she doesn't. As we see, if the sentence is negative, the answer will be negative as well. Negative, negative. But for the tag question, negative, positive. So let's see, does plus not, it will be changed into does without not, and the answer will be again does with not. So doesn't, does, doesn't. As we see, doesn't, does, doesn't. The sentence is negative, the tag question is positive, and the answer is negative as well. And as we see, if the answer is negative, it should be written in a short form way. The present. Now we are going to set examples for questions that expect the answer no in the present tense. You don't come from Saudi Arabia. You don't come from Saudi Arabia, do you? The answer is no, I don't. As we see, negative, positive, negative. It doesn't take long time by car. It doesn't take long time by car. Does it? No, it doesn't. As we see, negative, positive, negative. The past, let me set an example for the tag question in the past tense. As we see, you didn't travel last year. You didn't travel last year. Did you? No, I didn't. As we see, didn't. In the question, it is did. In the answer, it is no, I didn't, as we see. Make some questions and answers for these pictures. Now we are going to present some pictures and we are going to make examples using these pictures. Picture number 1. These pictures are quoted from your student's books. You don't eat fish. Eat fish. You don't eat fish. Do you? No, I don't. And we have to pay attention to the subject pronoun. You. It is as it is in the question, but it should be changed into I in the answer. You, I. Don't, do, don't. Picture number 2, like flying. So the question will be like this. He doesn't like flying. He doesn't like flying. Does he? The answer is no, he doesn't. The answer is no, he doesn't. Picture number 3, want an apple. As we see, he is making like this. So she doesn't want an apple. She doesn't want an apple. Does she? Doesn't will be does, and the subject pronoun she will be written after the helping verb does. The answer is no, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. And we have to pay attention to the intonation of the tag question. It should be said like this. She doesn't want an apple. Does she? Does she? The answer is no, she doesn't. Picture number 4, feel well. Feel well. So we can say they don't feel well. They don't feel well. Do they? Do they? The answer is no, they don't. The answer is no, they don't. Now, we're going to give you some examples to test your understanding. Look at this picture. You don't come from here. What is the expected tag question? Don't. So it will be, yes, do you. Do you. So you don't, it will be do you. The answer is, the second person will answer saying, no, I don't. No, I don't. You, I. Don't, do, don't, as we see. Another example, he doesn't eat well. He doesn't eat well. The question will be, does he? Does he? So the answer will be, who can tell me the answer? The answer will be, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Another example, he didn't come early. He didn't come early. Did he? The answer is, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. Now, we are going to give other questions to test your understanding. You don't come from Saudi Arabia. You don't come from Saudi Arabia. The question is, do you? Do you? The answer will be, no, I don't. Let's move to number 2. It doesn't taste good. These are, by the way, these are the examples which are found in your science book. It is quoted from your science book. Number 2, it doesn't taste good. The answer is, does it? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Number 3, he likes football. He likes football. As we see in this example, it is completely different from the previous parts. If we look at the word likes, it is not negative, it is affirmative. So the question will be what? Who can tell me? It will be negative. So the answer will be with yes. So this is just for brilliant students only. Who can expect the answer here? So the answer will be, doesn't he? It is completely different from these questions. Why? Because the verb here is affirmative, so the question should be negative, and the answer in this situation will be in the word yes. Yes, he does. Let me read again. He likes football. Doesn't he? Yes, he does. Number 4, she isn't watching the TV. Isn't. It will be, is she. Is she. The answer will be, no, she isn't. No, she isn't. Number 5, that program doesn't last long. That program doesn't last long. Doesn't. Here is negative, so the question will be, does it? Does it? So we have to pay attention that the pronoun he, she, I, all the 7 pronouns should be written in the question like they are. But for the common nouns or proper nouns, they have to be changed into subject pronouns. That's to say, if I wrote Ali, it should be he. If I wrote Sarah, it should be she. If I wrote that program, it should be it, and so and so. So that program doesn't last long, so it will be does it. The answer is no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. That's the end of lesson number 3.